Welcome to the Daytona International Speedway. Getting ready for race number 11 out of 14 for the Truck Series. This is the Allstar Offline Racing Series. Gonna start qualifying and see who gets the pole for tonight's race. The points battle coming into this race is very close. After last week at Chicagoland, the battle for the championship has definitely narrowed. The top 8 drivers within 103 points of each other. Now there's only 3 races remaining after this race tonight. And I would say after tonight we can definitely find out who is going to be eligible to battle for the championship in the final race for the Truck Series. Some drivers are probably going to be eliminated. There is definitely 2 drivers. CJ Williams and Bean Wiebe are not in contention for the championship win. They are too far back. CJ is 440 points back. Bean is 502. So those 2 drivers mathematically cannot battle for the points championship. But there are a lot of drivers that can battle. One thing that definitely will come into play are the stage points. Points leader last week did not get any stage points, did not really have a great finishing position either. And that hurt him in the championship. So we're waiting for the cars to get past for the first lap. We'll see where they stack up on the first time by and see if they can improve their lap times on their second lap. And so far, the first time by, it looks like Lindsay Hancock gets the pole. See if she can hold on to that. That would be, I believe, her first pole position this season. Couple drivers near the front. You see Jacob Britt, he's second in points. So far, he's starting 4th. Jeremiah Dwayne needs a good finish. Leland Fife, Bean Wiebe, Ryan Benjamin all up in the top 10. Points leader Dylan Eberheim right now in 21st. Not a bad lap. This is Daytona, so you can definitely move up through the field if you don't have a good starting spot. Well, Lindsay Hancock, I believe she just got her first pole. Most of the positions stayed about the same. Points leader fell back 5 more positions. So the 51 of Lindsay Hancock going to get her first pole of the season for the Truck Series. Definitely exciting for that driver. Beside her, Alex Johnson, the number 49. He is subbing for Alexander Jones in the Truck Series, and for Alvin Jones in the Cup Series. So those 2 drivers on the front row. Tim Zimmer starting 3rd, one of the points contenders, and Jacob Britt, the second place driver. So we'll go through the field here very shortly, show you where everybody starts, and get underway here at Daytona. Next week, the Truck Series is off. Cup Series will be the only series racing, along with the ARCA Series. And they will be the Cup Series will be at Richmond. The ARCA Series goes to the Roval, and then the final race at Eldora. ARCA has been off for a few weeks. The Truck Series off next week, and then they will complete their final few races in the championship season. So the 51 of Lindsay Hancock, she starts out front. Beside her, the 49 of Alex Johnson. In 3rd place, the 50 of Tim Zimmer. Hasn't had a bad season so far. Won earlier this season at Martinsville. Got the 21 of Jacob Britt, second place driver in the points. He does not have a win yet this season. 4 top 5s for him. Got the 22 of Jeremiah Dwayne on the inside line. He needs a good finish. He is pretty far back in points. The 8 of Ron Jackson starts beside him. You have the 33 of Logan York. Logan fell back in the points a good bit. He is back in 27th. He does not have a win. He'd like to get one. The 41, Leland Fife, he is hoping that he can regain some confidence and show these drivers what he is made of here at Daytona. He had a horrible season opener race. Behind them, I got the 24 of Bean Weeby. He has not had a good truck series at all. 4 DNFs this season, only one top 5. Beside him, the 45, of Ryan Benjamin. Ryan not doing too bad in the points. Got the 88 of Callie Hancock. Beside her, the 97 of Gary Harmon. We've got the 6 of Cody Higginbotham, the 7 of Rue Zero, the 15 Stephen Pollard III, the 4 of Zach Cronin. We've got the 87 of Cody Rhodes, the 98 of Hunter Blade. That is the 16, I believe. 16 of Caleb Johnson. Beside him, the 2 of Tyrell Resner. The 46, the points leader, Dylan Eberheimen. Beside him, Brendan Hancock moved into 3rd in points with 2 wins this season. We got the 18 of Damian Singletary. He also has 2 wins. The 75 of Eric Jacks beside him. The 63 of Sheila Harmon. Came pretty close to winning a race earlier this season. Beside her, the 10 of CJ Williams. Then that's the 54 of Colton Harmon. Beside him, the 17 of John Book. The 3 of Axel Zero. The 13 Tavis Haken. He won at Daytona earlier this season in the Truck Series. Got the 20 of Yale Carrillo and the 83 of Alejandro Rodriguez. The 25 Laura Lee Wiebe. And the 52 of Gavin Jones. They will round out the entire 34 car starting lineup. Lindsay Hancock on the inside. She is going to lead the field to the green. So 40 laps is the distance here. Same distance that they ran earlier this season for the season opener race here at Daytona. Will it be as wild as the first race? The green flag in the air. Lindsay going to lead the field to the green. We are underway here at Daytona. Great start. You already see in the back, Brendan Hancock tried to make it 3 wide out of the tri-oval. He falls back in line, though. Probably a smart move. Inside line getting a great push by Tim Zimmer and Jeremiah Dwayne. They're pushing Lindsay out to the front. Now she is going to clear both lines. Already some 3 wide further in the back of the field. Jeremiah Dwayne now leading the inside line. Lindsay up top. But she has a great run down the backstretch. Tim Zimmer went up the track. Now he has blocked. He is up there. Here comes Jeremiah Dwayne on the inside. Lindsay Hancock not going to lead the first lap. Looks like she is going to lose the lead. Jeremiah now takes the lead away. He's going to try to lead a lap. Look at Logan York on the inside line now. Jeremiah and Logan have not had good seasons, as well as that 24 of Bean Weeby, who's back here. Jeremiah led that lap. Now Logan on the inside line. It's a dead even race out of turn number 2. Some 3 wide further back. Jeremiah gets a great run down the backstretch, being pushed by Lindsay. Lindsay has a pretty fast truck, and Jeremiah is going to go back down low and block the inside lane. Behind them now, Logan York and Lindsay Hancock side by side for second. And Jeremiah still blocking all the lines. Now Logan put out to dry, but everybody goes down with him. Lindsay Hancock going to be up top. She is going to be hung out to dry. Now it's Logan. The lanes are shifting back and forth, and that is killing the outside momentum for both lines. Meantime, Jeremiah Dwayne is going to still lead this race. Bean Weeby moves into second as 3 wide intensifies behind them. A lot of 3 wide already very early in this race. Callie goes up into the middle lane. Bean Weeby now is in the middle. Callie drops back down low. Jeremiah still has the race lead. He is starting to pull away a little bit. Top 2 lines have not been able to get organized. You see a battle for the lead here. Is Callie going to go underneath Jeremiah? She got a huge run off of 4, and she will lead this race. Oh, Bean Weeby now. Into the wall. There's a big crash. The 8, the 51. The 24, the 54. Bean Weeby had a mechanical failure. Oh, they're still wrecking. Gavin Jones and CJ Williams. That's Colton Harmon. Bean Weeby has not had a good season, and this is exactly what happens to him every single race. You see smoke coming out from his car. Gavin has damage. The 49 of Alex Johnson. CJ Williams got involved. Laura Lee Wiebe, I think Lindsay Hancock, she was involved. Logan York was not, I don't think. Ron Jackson, there's Hunter Blade. And he's trying to get past the 63 of Sheila Harmon. Axel Zero has damage. I think Leland Fife might have gotten some of that. And in the meantime, Callie Hancock is the race leader. So Bean Wiebe, another terrible race for him. Smoke coming out of his car. He had a mechanical failure, and he was on the outside line. He went up and he hit the wall pretty hard. Unfortunate for that team. They just cannot get it together. This is going to be their 5th DNF out of 11 starts. We said at the beginning of the broadcast, Bean Wiebe is mathematically out of the truck championship. Oh, I think there's a crash in the back. Oh, there is. The 98, the 8, the 25. Oh, my gosh. Well, we'll see if these drivers decide to come down pit road. Very early caution here at Daytona. This could change everything. Doesn't look like anybody is going to come down. I think everyone's going to stay out. Let's go back, and you see Bean just retired. He had gearbox issues. Let's go back and show you what happened with Bean Wiebe and the rest of the field. So he blew up right in front of Lindsay on the outside line at that, and then everybody just stacks up, and I think the 16 and 25 maybe got the worst of it. Ron Jackson, the 10 of CJ Williams got hit by Gavin. A lot of hard hits there. It all started with that 24 truck. Show you again. Watch the 24. Smoke coming out of his car. Can't get out of the way. Hits the wall. And then Lindsay Hancock had nowhere to go. And same with everybody else. I think some of these drivers might just have some cosmetic damage. That's what we're hoping for. We're hoping everybody can stay in the lead pack, the lead draft. So riding on board with Hunter Blade. The smoke starts to come out of Bean's car, and then it just gets chaos up here. Crazy. Everybody was able to slow down for the most part, which was pretty good. Right on board with Sheila Harmon here. Everyone slowed down before the initial contact, so a lot of drivers were pretty slow as it was, and hopefully they all just got some cosmetic damage there. Ooh. Don't know if Leland Fife was involved in that. I think he had a little piece of damage. He was at least spun out. He got tagged from behind. I believe that was the 25 of Laura Lee Wiebe that hit him. Go on board with the 25. Let's see what she saw. She had a pretty hard hit. A couple hits, I believe. Oh, yeah, she tagged Leland and then got hit by the 16, Caleb Johnson. Before we go back to the race broadcast, let's go ahead and watch the points leader, Dylan Eberheim, and see how he got through this. Dylan right behind Bean Wiebe and all the other drivers involved. He was able to get past really without any issues. And right now, the points leader running in 13th position. So a few drivers out of the race. Sheila Harmon, the 51, Jeremiah Dwayne. Unfortunate again for that driver. He needed a good finish, and he just could not have that finish. The 10 of C.J. Williams and then the 24 of Bean Weeby. So 30 drivers are left in this race. Some of the drivers rising to the occasion. You see Brendan Hancock. He is back there in 4th place. 3rd in points. Callie Hancock, she fell back to 10th in the points, but she's leading this race. The points leader, he's pretty close to the front. Actually, I made a mistake. Jeremiah Dwayne was not. He was involved in the crash, but he was not out of the race. That's the 51 of Lindsay Hancock. Getting some of my drivers confused there. So the 51, Lindsay Hancock, she's in 32nd position. The pole sitter has retired from the race. So pace lights are off on the pace truck. We'll be getting back to green here this time by. I think everyone's going to be alright except for that 25, Laura Lee Wiebe. She had to get her hood taken off of her truck, so she could be pretty slow compared to the rest of the drivers. Have to see how many drivers can stay up with the lead pack. Yeah, we saw at the beginning of the season the mechanical failures plagued Daytona pretty bad. And yet again, it's happening already here in the Truck Series. But in the meantime, the 88, Callie Hancock, going to lead the field back to the green flag, lap number 9 out of 40. And we're back underway here at Daytona. Brendan Hancock again trying to pass on the outside. He has been very aggressive tonight. He has worked his way up in the top 5, but that might have hurt him. So you see the driver underneath of him. That's the 87 of Cody Rhodes. Everybody's single file for now. Everyone trying to work together and try to catch the 88 of Callie Hancock. Long line of cars, double file, and some of them single file. Callie out front on the inside line. Here comes the 15 now. Stephen Pollard, the third, getting a pretty big push. A couple trucks are a little slow on the start. And don't count out the points leader yet. He hasn't had a good last 3 or 4 races, the 46, Dylan Eberheim, but he is nearing the top 10. You see 3 wide back here. Jacob Britt on the outside. He's in this lead pack as well. Battling for the lead. Battle for second right here. Stephen Pollard up the track now. He's on the outside line. A lot of 2 wide racing and some 3 wide. John Book made a really aggressive move. Down low, almost hit the 22, Jeremiah Dwayne. That almost caused a huge crash. They almost made contact. They are all racing very aggressively up here in this front pack. 3 wide now for the lead. Look at John Book on the inside. Eric Jack in the middle, and Callie Hancock trying to hold off all these drivers, but she is on the outside line now. 3 wide for the lead at Daytona. It's almost 4 wide now as Bruce Zeers trying to get underneath the 22 of Jeremiah Dwayne. It is 4 wide. They're almost making contact with each other. John Book now has the lead momentarily here at Daytona. I don't know if some of these trucks decided to fall back a little bit and try to stay out of the mess that's up here in this lead pack. I think we're going to have another crash here pretty soon. These drivers are racing very aggressively up at the front. John Book will lead this lap. Callie led the last lap. Dylan Eberheim, the points leader, he moved up into the middle lane, and he's fallen back a little bit. Now here comes Tim Zimmer for the lead. Behind him is the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Yale has had a very good season so far. He's in 5th in the points, only 70 points back with 2 wins. Oh, and remember, guys, we have the stage ending here in about 8 laps. We forgot all about the stages. Remember, the top 10 at the end of the stage get bonus points. 50 points for first, all the way down to 10th place, who gets 5 points. Right now, that's the 50 of Tim Zimmer. Tim fell back to 9th, and a stage win for him would be very, very good. But these drivers first have to make it to the end of the stage. Let's look at some of the speeds. The leaders are around 190. Colton Harmon is 170 miles an hour. He's 20 miles an hour off the pace. Laura Lee and Alex Johnson, they're about 10 miles an hour off the pace. And then you've got Hunter Blade, Ron Jackson, Gavin Jones, about 4 or 5 miles an hour off. Same with Tyrell Resner. Then you've got about 21 drivers in the lead pack. But Colton Harmon, as long as he can stay on the lead lap for the next few laps, this is going to be a great race to the end of the stage. But if these leaders catch Colton, that is not going to be good. It's going to stack a lot of drivers up. See the top 3 drivers starting to pull away a little bit. Tim Zimmer loses the lead again to John Book. Colton Harmon's coming out of turn number 4 as these drivers are coming off of turn 2. It's going to be pretty close. I think they're probably going to catch him, unless we get a caution. Only one caution so far tonight. That's from the big crash that happened early in this race after Bean Weeby had issues with his gearbox. Tim Zimmer and John Book battling for the lead. Tim is going to take the lead away. John has no drafting help right now. So 5 more laps until the stage will be over. John Book on the outside. He is going to get shuffled all the way to the back of this pack unless he can drop back in line. He does have some drafting help now. 6 of Cody Higginbotham trying to get to the front. And look who is beside him. That's the 13 of Tavis Haken. Won this race earlier this season here at Daytona. And he is up here in second now, trying to get some stage points. He did not get stage points in the opening race. Now Brendan Hancock battling for second. Brendan has had a very good season. 2 wins in the Truck Series. And Brendan right now trying to set himself up for possibly a 3rd win. He has also gotten a lot of stage points, which has helped him out tremendously. Here comes the 88, Callie Hancock. She's getting pushed by the points leader, Dylan Eberheimen. Dylan has made his way into the top 10, almost the top 5 now. Now he is in the top 5. Driver still battling 2 and 3 wide. Tavis going to fall back a little bit, same with Brendan. Top few drivers going to pull ahead of them and go single file, and then Callie decides to go down low and try to take 2nd place away. That 46 points leader, he is getting closer to the lead, trying to get stage points, trying to get a stage win. He really needs it. He's got 7 drivers within 100 points of him, so he needs to have a good run. The 88, the 23, and many others in this lead pack are trailing him in the points. Now Callie Hancock back out front. She led the first opening laps. There is the 54 of Colton Harmon, so he is going to be a huge factor at the end of this stage. Now the points leader, Dylan Eberheimen, on the inside. He is trying to take the lead away from Callie. Which line will Colton go, though? If Colton goes down low, it's going to block the points leader. And he is going to go down low. The points leader going to get slowed down a little bit. Callie Hancock now going to try to get past him on the outside. Now Colton goes up to the middle. I think they're going to split him in half. Maybe not. Callie gets clear. Now Colton goes up behind her. And that's going to block Brendan. This is going to create a huge mess. And if they can get out of this without a crash, a lot of these drivers are going to get a huge run on these leaders. Top 8 or so drivers now. Single file. Now they jump out of line. Callie trying to block the 46 of Dylan Eberheimen. Dylan Eberheimen, the points leader, trying to take the lead away. He's going to go down low. I think he's going to be clear in turn 1. He is going to take the lead away from Callie Hancock. Next time by, the white flag for the stage will be out. Can the points leader get a stage win? As they're jockeying all around that number 54 in the back of this pack. Everyone's going to get by, though, I think, without any issues. Here comes Ryan Benjamin on the inside. Where did he come from? He's also bringing Axel Zero, John Book, Yel Carrillo, Bruce Zero, and many others. Dylan now goes up top to try to block. Here comes Ryan Benjamin on the inside line. He is going to get the lead with the white flag in the air for the end of the stage. And we will throw the caution out right now. So whoever gets back around the next time by will get the stage win and get 50 points. Axel Zero behind Ryan. He's trying to get some stage points. Ryan going to go up top to block the points leader. And now here comes Axel Zero on the inside. If Ryan can get ahead of the number 3, he can pull down low and block the inside lane. I think he's going to be able to do it. Racing getting really intense up here. A lot of 3 wide further behind these cars. Look at Jeremiah Dwayne on the inside now, trying to gain some positions late in this run. But out of turn number 4, Ryan Benjamin is going to win the stage. He is going to get 50 points. And the points leader finishes right behind him. He'll get 45 in the points championship. But Ryan Benjamin, he definitely needed that. That is for sure. Ryan fell back to 18th place in the points. So the caution flag out for the end of the stage. A lot of drivers in the top 10 are in the top 10 or even the top 15 in the points and have a really legitimate shot of winning the championship. Ryan Benjamin wins the stage. Dylan Eberheim in second. That's the points leader. The 3 of Axel Zero. He is back in 8th place. Callie Hancock. She's in the top 10. John Book. Yel Carrillo. Yel's in the top 10. I think John Book is a little bit further back. No, he's back in 30th. See some drivers coming down pit road. And a lot of them are staying out. The points leader are going to stay out. Can they make it on fuel? I don't think they can. This is going to be very interesting. Dylan Eberheim and Axel Zero and many others going to stay out and get this track position. Yeah, Bruce Zero, he also got some stage points. Jeremiah Dwayne as well. The 4 of Zach Cronin, and then Logan York. Logan only got 5 points, though. But Logan, Zach, and Jeremiah are outside of the top 20. But they'll be able to gain a little bit on some drivers. But with a lot of the drivers like Caleb Johnson, Cody Rhodes, Hunter Blade, Alejandro, and Tavis Haken not gaining any stage points, that means Ryan Benjamin might be able to move up a good bit in the championship. Ryan did come out first. So we'll go through soon and show you who stayed out. Alright, sorry about that. I had to write down all the stage points for the drivers. So I believe the top 11 drivers have stayed out. 11th place is the 75 of Eric Jacks. In front of him, then, these are top 10 drivers. The 18 of Damian Singletary. We have the 16 of Caleb Johnson. we have the 6. The 6 is Cody Higginbotham. We've got the 87 of Cody Rhodes. The, hold on one sec. Yep. The 13 of Tavis Aiken stayed out. The Daytona winner, the first winner of the Truck Series. 33 of Logan York stayed out. In 4th place, Jeremiah Dwayne. 3rd is the 20 of Yale Carrillo. 2nd place, the 3 of Axel Zero. And then the points leader, Dylan Eberheimen, stayed out. Nobody came down pit road, though. These top 11 drivers have not came down pit road at all. I think they can only go about 13 or 14 more laps. So this could be a very, very close call. I don't know if they're counting on some more cautions to happen or what, but I think I probably would have came down pit road while they had the chance. We're just over halfway. We should have about 16 laps to go on the restart. I don't think they can make it, but I've definitely been wrong in the past. Top 11 drivers, though, if they run out of fuel in the pack, that could create a huge mess. And we saw the first race here at Daytona in the Truck Series. A lot of drivers were running out of fuel with about 2 or 3 laps to go. And they were drivers that did not pit. And then that, of course, with 2 laps to go, caused that huge crash on the backstretch with Leland Fife and the lead pack. Just about everybody involved in that wreck. So it's going to be interesting to see who can make it and who can't. Ryan Benjamin running in 12th. He won the stage. Everyone behind him came down pit road for fuel and tires. 54 of Colton Harmon is 1 lap down. He'll start on the inside line. He is damaged and off the pace. And that might even be what these top 11 drivers were thinking. That 54 is slow. They don't want to be mired back in traffic and not be able to get past that 54. He gets stuck behind him and lose the draft. There could be some strategy calls here. The drivers in the back, if they can't get past this 54, they're going to lose a lot of ground and possibly lose the draft. Which in some cases, that could be a good thing. If there's a huge crash in the front of the field, then they'll be alright. They'll miss the crash. But if there's not, if it goes green flag the rest of the way, if you lose the draft, you are out of a shot to win this race. So the points leader, Dylan Eberheimen, he is going to lead the field back to the green flag. The pace truck going to drop down on the pit road here very shortly, and we'll be back underway with 16 laps to go. Can the top 11 drivers make it on fuel, or will they have to pit under green? Will that cause a crash? We are back underway here at Daytona. Green flag in the air, 16 to go. The 54 truck, Colton Harmon, already off to a slow start. A lot of drivers trying to get past on the outside. As long as they can stay about single file, maybe even just double file behind this 54, they'll be alright. You see Eric Jacks, he is going to get stuck behind the 54. A lot of drivers going to get stuck now. Colton Harmon merges up the track. They need to get past him as soon as they possibly can. Ryan Benjamin, Callie Hancock, and many others that decided to pit. They are all stuck behind this 54. Still cannot get past him. And the leaders are pulling away. John Book was able to get past. Oh, there's somebody coming on pit road. I think that's Yale Carrillo. Callie Hancock, Brendan Hancock, and many others now able to get past the 54. On pit road, the 20 of Yale Carrillo. Looked like he probably had a tire down. Dylan Eberheim continues to lead this race. And a lot of these drivers now able to get past. Now they're hoping that they can work together and catch back up to this pack. Dylan leading this race. Jeremiah Dwayne trailing behind him. '11th place was over 2 seconds behind last time by. We'll have to see if they're going to gain any ground. Hopefully they can. It looks like Brendan Hancock and Jacob Britt are leading that pack, and they're catching pretty quick. Top 2 drivers now start to pull away. Dylan Eberheimen and Jeremiah Dwayne. But 11th place is catching this pack, and they have officially actually caught him, so that's good. we should see a pretty good race now. Top 3 drivers have been single file and are starting to pull away, trying to get away from these drivers that are off the pace or out of the draft. Long line of cars on the backstretch, playing catch-up. This time by, it's going to be 13 to go. Battle for second. Here comes Cody Rhodes. Points leader still leading this race. A lot of side-by-side for second. You see Jacob Britt and Callie Hancock on the inside. They're making their way back up towards the front. There's Brendan Hancock as well. And I would not count out anybody in this front pack. Everybody still has a pretty good shot at winning this race. Yel Carrillo has rejoined the race. He is back out on the track, but he is about a lap down. And he is very slow on the track. He is at 175 as these drivers are at 191. So Yel Carrillo could possibly have some internal issues with that truck. Unless he's just not up to pace yet. We have about 17 or 18 drivers in this lead pack. 12 laps to go. Dylan Eberheim still leading this race. 18 drivers in the lead pack, and then everybody else about 3 seconds behind. A lot of 3-wide racing up here at the front. Top 3 still single file. Jacob Britt has moved into third, now trying to take second place away from John Book. Side by side for second. Jacob Britt has taken second away. Here comes Tyrell Resner on the inside. Haven't really talked about him at all tonight. They've caught Yel Carrillo. Yel Carrillo going to slow this pack down. He is not up to speed. Dylan Eberheim and Jacob Britt, the first 2 drivers getting past. They are the top 2 in points. Now this is going to be really bad for those 2 drivers because the 2, the 4, and anyone else that gets past, they're going to have a huge run on the top 2. Here comes Tyrell Resner. Now Jacob Britt even trying to take the lead away. It's going to be possibly 3 wide for the lead. Tyrell almost made it 3 wide. Now here comes Jacob Britt for the race lead. Dylan Eberheim going to fall back to third, possibly fourth with no drafting help. I think Yel Carrillo might be up to speed now. I think he was just out of the draft. Jacob Britt has the lead. Now here comes Tyrell Resner with a huge run on the inside. 10 laps to go here at Daytona. Remember, a lot of drivers in this lead pack have not came down pit road yet. They might have to pit. One of those drivers, the 46 on the outside, the points leader, if he runs out of fuel, he is on the outside line, and he is going to cause a huge mess. Three wide for second as Tyrell Resner leading this race. First and second place in points on the outside line, trying to clear the inside lines. Tavis Haken now up to the front. He is in second place. He won here at Daytona, the season opener. Beside him, the 23 of Brendan Hancock, third in points. Brendan did not get any stage points this race, but he is now battling for the lead. Brendan Hancock out front here at Daytona. The 6 and the 16 following right behind him. A lot of 3-wide racing back here. There could be a huge crash any moment. If anybody has some kind of mistake up at the front here, that's going to cause a lot of issues. Colton Harmon is crossing the tri-oval as these drivers are in turns 3 and 4. They will catch that 54 truck at some point in this race as long as it stays green. Tyrell Resner now back on the inside trying to take second place away from Cody Higginbotham. As Brendan Hancock pulls out ahead of this pack. First and second in points now outside of the top 10. Still trying to get to the inside line. Here comes the 97 of Gary Harmon. Trying to make some moves. Oh, Gary just bounced off of, I think that was Dylan Eberheim. Somebody on the inside. That might have been Damian Singletary, actually. But they made contact. Now Gary on the outside line. The 18 and 97 made contact out of turn 2. Top 5 drivers pretty much single file, and then it's 3 wide behind them. 7 to go this time by. Brennan fell back from the lead. Now he's back in 5th, trying to get to the inside before this pack catches him. He will get to the inside. Jeremiah Dwayne now up to 2nd. A lot of great racing late here at Daytona. A lot of drivers still in contention to win this race. Jeremiah Dwayne wants to try to get a win in this truck series. He has one top 5 finish, and that's it. Now Cody Higginbotham on the inside, going to make it 3 wide for the lead. 22 and a 2 have no drafting help right now. They're going to fall back. Brendan Hancock pushing Cody Higginbotham to the front. And now Brendan going to look down low for the lead. A lot of drivers here in this lead pack. The top 18 drivers a lot of drivers without a win. A couple drivers here have multiple wins. The 18, the 20, the 23. They better figure out something pretty quick, because right in front of Brendan Hancock is the 54 of Colton Harmon. He will be put a lap down again. Have to see where Brendan goes. He's been pretty good this year at passing lap trucks. He's going to go down low, but his momentum slowed down a little bit. Now look at this, the 46 Dylan Eberheim, the points leader, now in 2nd. And a lot of 3 wide behind them now. Colton Harmon going to slow this whole pack up. 5 to go this time by. Everybody trying to race around that 54. Dylan Eberheim now for the lead here at Daytona. Brendan Hancock almost went down low to block the 46, but he was not clear. Gary Harmon down in 3rd. Here comes Jacob Britt. Zach Cronin, John Book, they're up here. Logan York. I think a lot of these drivers are going to be able to stay with this lead pack. Really don't think it's going to hurt too many drivers. See, there's the second pack that's further back, middle of the backstretch. They're kind of catching these drivers up here. Dylan Eberheim had the lead, but he is now on the outside. Gary Harmon on the inside now, trying to take the lead away. He'd like to get his first win. 4 laps to go here at Daytona. Here comes Jacob Britt now for the lead on the inside. Dylan Eberheim led that lap. The points leader trying to hold everybody off. A lot of drivers now outside of the lead pack. They're not in the main draft. Brendan Hancock, Callie Hancock, they were able to make their way to the front here. Tyrell Resner, he was one of the drivers that had a had a lot of issues trying to get past that 54 truck. He is still in the lead pack, though. Dylan Eberheim trying to make the outside line work. He is doing it so far without any drafting help. That 46 very fast on the outside line late here at Daytona. This time by 3 laps to go. Jacob Britt has the race lead. Jacob does not have a win yet this season. He would love to get a win. Possibly take the points lead away from the 46 of Dylan Eberheim, who is in this main pack, but he's on the outside line. Here comes Callie Hancock on the inside for 2nd. She has 1 win at Charlotte earlier this season. She would like to get a win and get herself back in contention for the championship. She's 10th in the points. A lot of drivers making moves. Callie Hancock going to go down low. She's going to get blocked by Jacob Britt. The 20 of Yale Carrillo is up here, 4th truck in line, but he is a lap down. You see drivers coming down pit road. Jeremiah Dwayne, the 18 Damian Singletary, Axel Zero, Caleb Johnson, and Cody Higginbotham all coming down pit road. Can the 46 of Dylan Eberheim make it on fuel? 2 laps to go here at Daytona. A lot of drivers on pit road. Cody Higginbotham was one of the drivers, Caleb Johnson as well. But that 46 of Dylan Eberheim, he was one of the drivers that did not pit. He might run out of fuel on this last lap. Leland Fife up here, he's having a great run tonight. They're catching the 25, Laura Lee Wiebe. Where does Jacob Britt go? Where does Callie Hancock go? More drivers coming down pit road. The points leaders coming down pit road. Tavis Haken and Logan York. So they're not going to win this race. White flag is in the air. Yale Carrillo going to go underneath of Callie Hancock, but he is not on the lead lap. Callie going to block him. It is between Jacob Britt and Callie Hancock. Jacob trying to get his first win. Callie trying to get her second win. A lot of drivers merging on the track. This is going to be an interesting finish. White flag is in the air. Look at Yale Carrillo going down low. He doesn't have any drafting help. I don't know if Callie Hancock is going to be able to get past Jacob Britt. These lap trucks actually are not going to be a factor at all, I don't think. Jacob Britt out of turn number 4. Second place in points entering this race. And he is going to be able to hold off Callie Hancock and get his first win this season. Single file finish as many of the drivers had to pit on the last 2 laps. Jacob Britt with his first win. And Callie Hancock a second place finish. That was a great run for her. Leland Fife, possibly his best finish. I believe it's his best finish actually. For that number 41 truck. Gary Harmon finished 4th and Zach Cronin in 5th. Man, oh man, that was an interesting last few laps. And we'll have to look and see where some of these drivers finished once they get back around the start-finish line. Jacob Britt able to hold off Callie Hancock on the final lap. Callie could not do anything, though, to get past that 21. A lot of drivers came on pit road, and it really spread everybody out. Dylan Everheimen had a top 5, possibly top 10 car, and he finished 19th because he had to pit. Alejandro Rodriguez, Logan York, Tavis Haken, Axel Zero, Damian Singletary, Jeremiah Dwayne, Caleb Johnson, Eric Jacks, Cody Rhodes, and Cody Higginbotham all had to pit. A lot of drivers in the top 10 needed that finish, needed those drivers to pit. And with Jacob Britt winning this race, he didn't get any stage points, so a lot of these drivers are going to gain a lot of points over the top 2. Let's see, the top 3 drivers did not get any stage points, top 3 in the points. Bruce Zero in 4th place in points, he got 20 stage points. I don't know if it's going to be enough to get past anybody, but with him finishing in 16th, that's not a good thing for him. But this could definitely change the points battle yet again. Man, oh man, what a wild race. Only 1 crash, 2 cautions, 1 early in the race for the big one with Bean Weeby having issues, mechanical issues. And then the stage ending on lap number 20. Those were the only 2 cautions. But a lot of good racing and a lot of craziness at the end of this race. Jacob Britt, first time winner. Let's go ahead and check what the points are like after race number 11 out of 14. We'll see you guys in a second. So the points after race number 11 after Daytona, kind of interesting. Jacob Britt took the points lead as we imagined. Dylan Everheimen falling back to 2nd. 7 points separate them. Brendan Hancock stayed in 3rd. Gary Harmon up to 4th. And Bruce Zero back to 5th. Those drivers are within 100 points. Callie Hancock gained 4 positions, and she is now 6th place in points. Got Axel Zero, Yale Carrillo, Eric Jackson, Tim Zimmer rounding out the top 10 in points. And then back in 11th, over 200 points back, Ryan Benjamin. Ryan gained 7 positions. And also, who was that? Zach Cronin gained 7 positions as well. Those were, and also, who was that? John Book gained 7 positions. Those were the biggest gainers this week. So, we can definitely say, I don't know, I don't want to say it yet, but I would say probably the top 18 drivers have a shot of winning the championship. But it's going to be very, very hard for some of those drivers to win. Right now, obviously, the top 10 drivers have a very legitimate shot at winning the championship. But I would say drivers back here, definitely from 25th on back, I would say don't have a shot at winning at all. I mean, unless there's some drastic races that come up in the next 3 final races. But we thought Daytona was going to be a pretty wild race. It actually wasn't that wild, not as wild as we thought. So we'll have to see what happens. Truck Series is off next week, and then after that we go to I believe it's the Roval next. Let me just double check my notes here. So yeah, the Truck Series, next race is the Roval. It's going to be in 2 weeks, in ISM and Homestead. We have not been to any of those tracks with the Truck Series, so that should be interesting to see how that goes. But I would say after the Roval, we probably will know who exactly can win the championship. The stage points, though, really throw things off. There's an opportunity for any drivers to win up to 150 points from the stages and the final 3 races. And then, of course, if you win the race, you get 180 points. You get 5 points for leading a lap and 10 for the most laps led. So it really just depends on where some of these drivers start in the next few races and where they finish in a stage. But we'll have to see what happens. Top 5 drivers within 100 points, and it's getting pretty close now. We had a lot of other drivers within 100 points before this race, but a lot of drivers closing in on the top 5. Callie Hancock up to 6th place, tried to get her second win, but she could not. Jacob Britt, first win for his season. He has been one of the most dominant drivers this season. 8 top 10 finishes in 11 races. 1 pole, 1 win, 5 top 5s. Been pretty crazy. Some of the other drivers that have had pretty good seasons, Brendan Hancock, Gary Harmon, Axel Zero, none of those drivers have had a DNF. Same with Caleb Johnson. They're the only drivers who have not had a DNF. Caleb, though, has not been able to put good finishes together. He is back in 15th, but the other drivers are in the top 7. So, we'll have to see what happens next. Daytona, very interesting night. Very chaotic and crazy finish to this race. Definitely changed a few things in the points. But until then, we'll see you guys next week. Cup Series racing at Richmond. We'll see you then. Truck Series off next week, and the ARCA Series should be back here very shortly. Trying to get some things done with that series, but kind of putting it off for now because the Truck and the Cup Series are still racing. I don't want to end the ARCA Series first, but it's probably going to have to happen that way. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this race, and like always, we'll see you next week. Have a great night. Stay safe.